Hello everybody, my name is Emirlan. I'm a commercial pilot. So today topic is psychopath pilot and why is no one is talking about this. Watch before it gets deleted. So what happens when the person who's responsible for your life at 35,000 feet suddenly loses control of their mind? Why is nobody talking about the psychological dark side of aviation? And why do airlines avoid this topic like it's a scandal waiting to explode? So, today I will show you the real stories, the real regulations, and a case of distributing its changed aviation forever.
What?
Aviation is one of the safest industries in the world, but behind the perfect uniforms, calm voice, and a confident smiles, there is a reality that passengers never see. Pilots are human. Pilots get stressed. Pilots can break down. And sometimes the cockpit is the worst possible place for that to happen. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
And in 2015, something happened that shocked the entire world. German wings, Flight 9525. The captain stepped out of the cockpit to use the restroom. The first officer locked the reinforced door behind him. Do you want to know? With nobody able to get back inside, he dialed the autopilot down straight towards the Alps, like mountain. So the captain banged on the door. He shouted, "Open the door!" Because captain saw the airplane is descending. So yeah, maybe he guessed already, like something happened wrong with his mind, So he tried to break it open. But what? The cockpit doors are built to keep the people out, including captains. Captains never is exceptional. Keep it in your mind. I'm a first officer. I'm a human. Captain is a human. I do what I think is right. And 150 people lost their lives that day. So not because of mechanical failures, but because of psychological health of the pilot. And how the rules change after Germanwings, aviation changed once and for all. New rules: there must always be 2 people in the cockpit. Always. Pilot leaves, senior flight attendant enters. For example, let's put it that way. You are a pilot and you want to go out because you're tired of sitting in your seat. Like if the flight is long flight, and you first call the senior flight attendant, despite the fact how you get along with your captain. Trust but check. And cockpit is, so what I'm trying to say is cockpit is never left with one crew member alone. So this rule was created specifically to prevent a repeat of that tragedy in 2015. So what's happening now? You would think airlines learned their lesson, But the truth is that mental health in aviation is still a taboo topic. Well, first, like pilot fatigue, extreme schedule pressure, fear of losing medical, or fear of being grounded, or lack of anonymous psychological support. Pilots don't talk about their mental struggles because it might mean to end up their career. So they stay silent, and sometimes the silence becomes dangerous. And I also prepared another 3 interesting stories. I'm not gonna tell the pilot's name if they watch it, so they don't get offended at me. That's why I will make it like more anonymous. So you keep it in your mind. First story: the pilot who started crying on final approach. Is this even possible on final? Yes, everything is possible. So during final approach, a pilot suddenly broke down in tears. Years of stress, lack of sleep, and personal problems finally hit him at the worst moment. The first officer took over and landed safely. So, who is it? Leave me in the comment below. Captain or first officer? So just want to know if you listen carefully or not. So, story number 2. The pilot who started screaming in the cockpit. That usually happens, like, for example, it used to be common thing when a captain shouted at first officer. Frequently, the thing is, the first officer is young and has to obey whatever the captain say. But nowadays we have a CRM, crew resource management, action, and think something out loud or make pressure on another crew member are not allowed anymore. So this story is another case. A pilot dealing with extreme personal stress suddenly began shouting in the cockpit, not because of malfunction, not because of a danger, but because his mind snapped under pressure. The other pilot had to calm him down and fly along. So, we're all humans, right? As I said before, we might have personal circumstances, somebody's broke up, or somebody just divorced, or somebody has family issue. For example, last night you cheated on your wife, or your wife is cheating on you, and tomorrow morning you have a flight. And majority of us never tell like that. We just go on a flight and fly. The body is in the cockpit, but the mental health is somewhere else. And the story number 3, the captain who tried to open the cockpit window in flight. Why? It's another real incident. A captain experienced sudden panic attack. So he tried to open the side window of the cockpit in a mid-air attack. So he wasn't trying to harm anyone, just was trying to escape his own anxiety. The crew restrained him until London. So this incident didn't make the news, but they happened. And they are not as rare as you think, So I'm not making this video to scare you. I'm making it because the reality of flying is different from what people see on Instagram. Let me tell you this as a pilot. So every year we pass like how pilot medical checks really work. So every year we pass medical examinations, but those exams focus mostly on physical health, like hearing, EKG, and mental health is basically is questionnaire. You can lie, you can hide things, and nobody can read your mind. Am I right? So what pilots can actually hide? A pilot can hide stress. A pilot can hide panic attack. A pilot can hide depression. Because admitting anything mental means risking your what? Obviously, license. So pilots stay silent. Where the system is weak. The system depends on a pilot reporting themselves, but no one wants to lose everything they worked for, right? So that's the weak point. And why pilots avoid psychologists? Because one note from a doctor can end a career instantly. Pilots know that, so they bottle everything up. Yeah, so did you get it? So I can make kind of tips if any of a pilot is watching this video. So trying to find a solution for you guys, my co-workers. I love you all. So I think first is anonymous mental health support. Pilots need anonymous, confidential access to mental health professionals. Help without punishment. Second, regular mandatory mental checks up. Just like we check engines and autopilots, we should check the pilot's mind. Not to punish, but to protect everyone. Third, safe reporting system. A pilot must be able to report stress or psychological issues without fear of losing their career. And the fourth one, training to recognize warning signs. Crew members should be trained to recognize early signs of burnout, panic, or emotional instability in their colleagues. A small warning today can prevent a tragedy tomorrow. Please answer my questions. Are pilots dangerous? I think no. But ignoring their mental health is. Well, the next German wings could be prevented, but only if we stop pretending the problem doesn't exist. Watch this video while it's still up. Not everyone likes the pilots speak the truth. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on board.